it is undoubtedly true that, for instance, raising the block size but from 1 megabyte to 2 megabytes would decrease the number of node, like it would raise the minimum node hardware requirements. That's just a fact. But it's also true that because technology gets better over time, it might be relatively the same as it was, a few years ago. And on top of
Mm,
that, it is not the intended configuration of Bitcoin for every user to run a node. That's not how it's
mm,
supposed to work. Never was and never will be. The white paper itself has simplified payment verification, explained very clearly that end users do not need to run a node. Who needs to run a node? The miners, because that's the whole point of them being incentivized by the block reward and the transaction fees. Anybody, businesses who want to verify payments securely because they are running a business so they can afford, a couple $100 to run a node is nothing to them. And obviously hobbyists who are very keen, and if they're keen and they're techie, they're in for it. That if you've got large Bitcoin net worth holders, if you've got a couple million sitting in Bitcoin, then the price of running a node just to make sure the rest of your investment isn't gone is well worth it, right? There's all these people who should be developers as well, who obviously need to do it to build and develop software. There's all these people who actually need to and are incentivized to run nodes, and they're the ones to do it. It's not your grandma on a dial-up connection, or someone in a rural part of like Tasmania perhaps doesn't have the world's best internet,
mm,
right? Like it's not going to be people in those areas running nodes and trying to, the trade-off of trying to support those people who aren't really going to run nodes anyway is huge in terms of the ability for the network to scale, the economic utility of having low fees, the censorship resistance. You need to have enough nodes to have censorship resistance, but once you've got more than that, it's kind of irrelevant. If I told the Bitcoin BTC people I can destroy one of your nodes and double the adoption, that would be an obvious trade to make, right?
mm.
But this religion around 1 megabyte allows no subtlety of that scale.